Hey guys, welcome back. Today on the Untidy Artist, I'll be showing you how I make bath bombs with two different colors. If you're new to making bath bombs, you want to check out my basic bath bomb tutorial. In that tutorial, I go through very detailed instructions on exactly how I mix my bath bombs together and the exact ingredients I use. This tutorial takes it to the next level by adding another color to your bath bomb. These are a really fun Christmas gift idea. I am making these for friends and family. I'm using a yummy chocolate peppermint fragrance oil, and I'm obviously doing them red and white for the holidays. So let's grab some supplies and get started. Now, I've already mixed together all of my dry ingredients. So in this bowl, I have my baking soda, my sodium lauryl sulfacetate, that's what makes it foam up and give you some bubbles. I've got some white kaolin clay that helps harden the bath bomb, and I also have some Epsom salts. So you can see all of my dry ingredients are already pre-measured except for my citric acid. And I always add this at the very end. I feel like it gives me a more successful bath bomb. So here I have my citric acid pre-measured. And then this is all of my liquid ingredients. So in here we have Polysorbate 80, which helps the mica not just float on the top of the water. It helps it mix into the water. I have some avocado oil. My fragrance oil, I'm using Saucy Santa from Mad Oils, and it smells like a York peppermint patty, and it's lovely. And I have some 91% rubbing alcohol. Then I have two different colors that I'll be using to get the red that I like. This is Spicy Tomato and Voodoo, and these are both from Mad Micas. And then I have some little sprinkles. I thought this would be a fun thing to add to the top of the bath bombs. Now, these are little tiny stars that are made out of sugar. They are from a sprinkle company. I will link below where I bought them. I bought this little tiny jar a year and a half ago, and you only need the tiniest bit, and they are so sparkly and cute. Then I have some rubbing alcohol in a spray bottle. You want to make sure you're using 91%. And I have some biodegradable glitter. I feel like this looks like fairy dust. It's beautiful and sparkly, and we're going to be putting this on the top of our bath bombs. I have a spatula, a big wire whisk, a small wire whisk, and some measuring spoons. And then I have my bath bomb molds. Now, I bought these on Amazon, and I really like how they work. I know that a lot of people like to use the plastic ones. These work the best for me, and I've tried a lot of different kinds. I will link those below also, as well as the recipe. Let's get started. So the first step is to grab your spatula and start mixing your dry ingredients together. We want these thoroughly mixed together. So I alternate between my spatula and my whisk. I make sure with the spatula, I'm scraping the bottom of my bowl and making sure that all of those ingredients are beautifully combined together. Then I grab my liquid ingredients. I'm going to take my little whisk, give that a stir. And once it's thoroughly combined, I'm going to pour it into the bowl. Now, at this point, the only ingredient we haven't added is our citric acid, and we are going to wait to add that to the very end. So then I take my spatula and I give it a little stir. I scrape any liquid that got on the side of the bowl. And then I'm going to take it to my KitchenAid stand mixer to finish mixing it. So I use the paddle attachment and I mix it for about a minute, and then I'll stop the mixer, scrape down the sides of the bowl, and then mix it again. And once it's thoroughly combined, it should look like wet sand. And now it's time to add our citric acid. So I'm going to take my pre-measured citric acid, and I'm actually going to add it to this mixture while it's hooked to my KitchenAid stand mixer. So I turn the setting on low so it's stirring slowly, and I slowly pour in my citric acid. Once the citric acid has been completely added, I let it mix for about 2 minutes. I pause, I scrape the side of the bowl, and then I ball it up in the palm of my hand, and if it stays together in my hand when I drop it back into the bowl, it means it's ready. If it doesn't stay together, spray in about 4 sprays of your rubbing alcohol, turn the mixer on again, and keep doing that until you get your bath bomb mixture to hold together. There are more instructions and details and explanations in my basic bath bomb tutorial. So go ahead and check that out if you're new to making bath bombs. Then I'm going to split my mixture in half, and I kind of just eyeballed it here. It's not exact. Half of it I'm going to leave plain, so it'll be our white, and the other half I'm going to add my red into. Now, obviously, if you wanted something other than white for your second color, you would follow these same steps adding the mica to that second bowl. So I'm adding in 1/4 teaspoon of the Voodoo mica, which is going to kind of give us a brighter red, and then 3/4 teaspoon of my spicy tomato. And this deepens the color and makes it a little bit richer. And then I'm going to grab my whisk and I'm going to stir it. Now we want to work quickly here because our bath bomb mixture is starting to dry out and we want to get them molded as quickly as possible. So I go back and forth between my whisk and my spatula, and I really want to make sure that that mica is thoroughly mixed into our bath bomb mixture. I actually started it with the wire whisk and the spatula, and then I went and put it on my stand mixer just for like a minute, and then went back with my spatula to make sure there weren't any clumps of the mica. And then I grabbed some gloves and I used my hands to make sure that that was really mixed together. One of the tips I wanted to share with you guys is how I dry my bath bombs. So this is just an apple container. I got apples at Costco and it came in this plastic container that is absolutely perfect for holding the bath bombs while they dry. You could also use a muffin tin. I find this is really handy and I use it over and over again. I've got some parchment paper I laid out, and then I'm going to take just a few pinches of my little tiny stars and I'm going to put them in a bowl. Then I grab a little pinch of them, sprinkle them into the bottom of my bath bomb mold, and I'm going to take a little bit of the red and sprinkle it in lightly, and then I'm going to add some white. And I go back and forth between the two colors, alternating them. And you can see I'm trying to be really careful not to get any of the red bath bomb mixture in the bowl of the white and vice versa. So you can see here I finished with the red. I'm going to put that down in the bowl, grab the other half of the bath bomb mold, and do the same thing. So I didn't add the stars into the bottom. Those are just going to be on the top, but I am going to go back and forth, adding in the red and the white and alternating them. And then because I finished with the red, I want to end with the red for the middle. So when I push that together, I'm not getting red bath bomb mixture in the bowl of the white, and I'm not getting white bath bomb mixture in the bowl of the red. That keeps both of the colors pure. Then I'm going to take my spoon, tap, tap, tap on both sides. So there's the bottom of my bath bomb, flip it over, and I make sure that both sides pop off. And you can see here, one thing I learned that you want to be careful with is when you're sprinkling in your bath bomb mixture, you want to be really careful it's not moving those little tiny stars around at the top. These kind of all clump to one side. I don't hate it, but I do like it when they're spread out a little bit more. Then before I move on to my next bath bomb, I'm going to grab my whisk and give each bowl a good stir. I want to keep that mixture light and airy in the bowl. Then just repeat. So I grab my mold, I grab a little pinch of stars, I make sure that they're spread out and not just clumped in one little spot. And then I'm going to go ahead and like lightly sprinkle in, especially at the beginning, some of the bath bomb mixture, and I alternate back and forth between the colors. And then once again, I want to make sure that whatever color I end with, I do the same thing for the other half of the bath bomb. So there's the bottom of my bath bomb. I make sure that it unmolds on both sides. And here's the top of my bath bomb. And I was much happier with how the stars looked in this bath bomb. Now, one thing I have found to be really helpful in drying my bath bombs so they don't crack is to leave one half of the bath bomb in the mold. So I will let it dry like this for about 2 hours, and then I flip them over and let them dry on the other side for about 2 hours. And I do that twice and then let them dry overnight. And I never seem to have any problems with them cracking or falling flat if I do this. So you can see I'm just flipping them over. I'll let them sit for another 2 hours, and I do that a couple times, and then I let them thoroughly dry overnight. Then I'm going to grab my biodegradable glitter. And this is in a fancy little pump I got from Micas. I love it because it gives you the perfect amount of glitter on top of whatever you're spraying. And I just put a little bit of glitter on the top of each bath bomb. I will link the pump and all of the ingredients I used in this tutorial below. You obviously can use any bath bomb recipe you'd like. I love Dean Wilson's bath bomb recipe. If you are not following Dean Wilson, you absolutely should. His videos are fantastic, and this recipe is by far the best one I've tried. Obviously, if you have a bath bomb recipe that works for you, go ahead and use that. And that's it, guys. We have these gorgeous, very festive, sparkly, yummy smelling bath bombs. I'm excited to give these to my friends and family. And of course, I'll be snagging one for my own bathtub. I love how these foam up and fizz. They last for a really long time in the tub, and they're just a really, really fun, relaxing treat. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any comments or questions, post those below. Or if there are different types of bath bombs you'd like me to do a tutorial on, post that below as well. If you enjoyed this tutorial and found it helpful, please click that like button. And if you're not already following me, please do. That would be awesome. Be sure to check out some of my other holiday tutorials on my YouTube channel. And also, if you're not already following me on Instagram, please do. That would be wonderful. Thanks again, you guys. See you next time.